Hello you guys, welcome to or back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my December TBR. So I'm going to be using a spinner wheel that I found, and I created a TBR jar out of random prompts that I put onto this wheel, and that is going to help me choose what the heck we are reading this month. I am going to be doing a lot of audiobook reading. There are lots of things that need to get done, lots of things that are going to be done around the house that require me to not be reading with my eyes. So audiobooks are going to be the way to go. Now I am going to be still reading a few stragglers from the Goodreads reading vlog that I am filming that is going to come out later this month. So do look forward to that. I just picked a bunch of books at random. I found two that I do already have on audiobook, and those are the current ones I am working on. But for the rest of things, we are going to use this wheel right here, and that will decide the fate. We will do our first spin and see what prompt we are given. I'm hoping it's something that's easy to fulfill considering I have so many. Okay, perfect. Why would it not be 400 pages of a book? You know, actually considering the books that I have, that is not nearly as bad as it could indeed be. But I'm just looking around my house, I'm looking around my room, like what could I listen to that would be good for that? You know what? I actually have the perfect book right now. So this is an audiobook I've already started, I've already gotten into, I might as well finish it, and that is the current Dungeon Crawler Carl book that I am on. I think this is the 5th one, if I'm not mistaken, and I obviously need to continue on with it. Quite frankly, could I catch up on the entire Dungeon Crawler Carl series this month? Yes, that is quite the actual possibility here, and it just may happen. But this is a book where essentially we are living on Earth, we're having a good little time. Our main character Carl is going out into the night because the cat of his ex has gotten out of the house and he is trying to get her back into the house, but then all of a sudden the house smashes down and every house around them flattens to a tiny little dot. And what is happening is a freaking alien invasion, and this is an invasion where they open up these random portals and you can walk in if you want to be in essentially this intergalactic game show to the death, or if you want to just stay on Earth and see what goes on, you can do that. And I really don't know what I would pick, but Carl in his underwear goes into the dungeon and Princess Donut tags along, and it has been such a wild, fun, goofy, silly time, and I've really enjoyed my time with this. I think the audiobooks are great. I read the first book just with my eyes, and I will say y'all that told me to read it with my ears were right. The narrator does all kinds of voices for every single character. They all feel so distinct. It is just such a good freaking time. I cannot recommend it enough. So that will be what we are kicking off the month with, and I'm very excited for that. I think that that's gonna go super well for me. I love this news. So now let's do our second spin and see. Why am I nervous? I don't want to look. Okay, a book with an orange cover. I think we might actually really be doing this. Let me really quick just reach over here if you don't mind. So I don't necessarily have a lot of books that have one very distinct color on the cover. So honestly, any of these, when I put them on here, I've like with a black cover, red cover, orange cover, leather cover? No, yellow cover, red cover, you know, any kind of color, just because it's a good open prompt. But I knew that it was going to be just the majority of the cover has this color, and this one that I'm holding up is, oh, very cute, just under 800 pages, but it is very, very predominantly orange, and that would be Dungeon Crawler Carl 6, The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, and I think that this would work. That's a lot of orange, plus that the inside too, can't look at that. I don't know what that means, I'm sure I'll find out. So I think that this is gonna have to go on there, and let me just go ahead and write that down. I gotta tell you, I'm not too intimidated nor upset at the idea of just absolutely going through these books. I do have to take some breaks in between, so I'll try to find something that I can put in there, maybe like a cozy mystery. I do have several of those that would work really well on audio. Something about a cozy mystery on audio is just perfection. So I think that could also work out, but these are good audiobooks because they keep you very engaged. I'm going to be doing a lot of monotonous things that just are like the same thing over and over again. And that's what that means, Olivia. Why did you have to explain? I don't even know. I don't even know. But I feel like having these silly, goofy books is going to help that not feel so unsilly and ungoofy, you know? Okay, number 3. Okay, look away. Look away. Oh, read a thriller. I don't have any thrillers. The thriller shelf is right there. Funny enough, I just did a huge unhaul to half price because we had lots of books between the two of us to get out of here at this current moment, and I really don't have any thrillers that I haven't read, and I'm not buying any. So let me go look at what my Libro has. Maybe there's a thriller there we could look into. Okay, so turns out not really. Let me go check my Audible library. Okay, so also none there. Well. What is my plan? I'm gonna use my veto. I'm gonna use my veto. That is, I feel confident in that. Let us do another spin and see what happens this time. There's a good chance I'm gonna regret this. I'm still looking to see if there's anything on my shelves that might save me from this choice. But unless I do a Riley Sager reread, which could happen, I don't think that that's gonna work. So, alright, let's spin it. Let's see. I'm gonna look away. Y'all look first. You tell me. Was it bad? Is it bad? No, it's not bad. Not bad at all. There's an aardvark book I already know that I want to read, and that would be The Buffalo Hunter Hunter. Now, with this one, I wanted to read it when it's snowing, which is something I didn't think I'd be able to achieve, but you know, life comes at you fast, so that will happen. Now, if I'm going to do that in December or January is up in air. This one could move to January. I did start it a while ago, and it's been one that I chipped away at for a little bit, and then I put it down because I was like, you know what? This is a winter book. Why am I reading this in the summertime? It just wasn't lining up. So now we are at the time of year that I think this is perfect for, and I am definitely going to be reading it. We are going to aim for December. Is it going to be December? Your guess is truly as good as mine. Maybe sneak peek into January's TBR. Okay, let's do our 4th spin. I really want to include the Patreon book club book in this next one if I can. Turns out I can't. Perfect. Okay, no problem. I only had plans. Thank you for laughing at them. I'm already looking back at the shelves. I think I've actually gotten really good at getting down on my book of the month books. I only have like 3. Because I've also gotten really good at not buying a lot of books. Can you believe this is working out for me? So what we're going to put here is Good Spirits. I think that's going to be good. I am going to be starting this one in a vlog that you guys are going to see next week. But I don't know that I'll necessarily finish it in November. So this works out perfectly. And it is a lighter read, which we definitely need amongst these tomes. Because the 2 Dungeon Crawler Carl books are like $700 a pop. And then Buffalo Hunter Hunter is just a dense book. It's not necessarily the longest book, but it's very dense. And then we have Good Spirits. So I feel good about that. But Good Spirits would be a physical read because I do not do romance on the audio. It's just, I cannot. So I'm gonna do just one more. I'm trying to keep it more realistic, just knowing all of the moving parts of this month, and we will see what comes up. But I do know that I am gonna have one more book that we're gonna talk about for sure. Oh, I love life. Thank you so much, Wheel of Doom. Typically, but not today. So this is our book club pick this month, which you can always check out in the description, and it is The Spear Cuts Through Water. This one was recommended by one of the patrons, and I am so excited to get into it because I've never heard anything really in detail about this, but I've only heard good things when I have heard it. And you know what? Let me go grab this on audio right now. Now you'll have to let me know in the comments if this is a good audiobook or not, because if it's not, I am definitely open to not doing it. Like if you think it'll affect the reading time, I definitely will be open to, you know, doing it with my eyes. Okay, so let us go through what all we got. So there's really only 5 books, but I feel like there's a lot on this TBR, and I'm actually pretty excited about all these. I think it's a really good idea to set it up that it's going to be an audiobook month. I have been getting into audiobooks more, so I think that this will work out quite well. We have Dungeon Crawler Carl 5, which I'm currently on. I'm about 200 pages in, so I feel like that gives me a little bit of an edge up first and foremost into the month. So that is really good, and I've already started the audiobook. I know I love the narrator, so we're solid on that. Then I have the next one in the series as well, which I am currently resting my arm on, but it's this chunker of a book, if you're wondering, and I think that that's gonna work out really well as well. I just think the audiobook, the narrator, these, if you've read them, you know they really do fly by with this specific narrator. I also think the way the author has chosen to show certain things in the book, like just, it's like mixed media, but not necessarily completely mixed media. But there's a lot of scene changes and shifts, especially in the later books, because a lot of, honestly, politicking is coming into play, and y'all know that's like my keyword, especially in like a sci-fi-esque book. This is like marrying sci-fi, dystopian, politic, like all my buzzwords. So plus it's a solid audiobook. I have a pretty positive outlook on this one. Then I have the Buffalo Hunter. This one personally I would really like to do at the same time, audio and physically reading it. I think that it's very immersive. That's how I prefer to read my horror with my eyes. I just think that it is a better time for me. It creeps me out more. I enjoy the writing more, but the audiobook is also really good. So I'm really liking marrying the two together. So this might be just one that I read a little bit every night or so, and we'll see how it goes. Again though, it also could teeter into January, and I'd be okay with that because I feel like January is definitely more winter feeling than December, because December's got the holly and the jolly. But then January is like winter, you know what I mean? Then with the holly and the jolly, I suppose, we have Good Spirits, which I am very excited about. I've not read anything by this author before, so, you know, this is the first time. I do like a holiday romance, but I prefer mine to be a little bit more gimmicky, a little bit more silly, goofy. I like them to just lean into the hallmark of it all, my lord. And this, from the cover, looks like it could do that. It simply doesn't look that serious. I mean, he is a ghost, so let's just, hello. And then finally we have The Spear Cuts Through Water. I just put my hold for this one on at the library. I used Libby for that, and it says that I'm 3 weeks out, but by the time I'm filming this, I do think that we would still get that in December. So I think that honestly, that works out perfectly as well. Worst case, if I'm like super ready for it, audiobook will be the way that I go. So yeah, I think this is going to be a great reading month to wrap out the end of the year. I am very excited for all the books. You'll definitely have to let me know what you are reading this month, if there are any things that you're trying to get done before the year is over. Listen, we all got goals and I want to hear about them. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you drink your water, stay hydrated, be kind, lead with empathy, and go have a good day on purpose because you deserve it. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight.